de mi corazón.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know a rising star when I see one. It's my boy, Byron Donalds from the state of Florida. When you see this man on your TV screen, turn up the volume a little bit. I did this weekend. Byron Donalds talking about what the House Oversight Government Weaponization Committee is going to do to the Bidens. Man, this dude has a lot of clarity. He also holds his own, obviously, when he goes on CNN, MSNBC. He's invited on to all of the major news networks for good reason. He is an incredible defender of what's going on right now and an absolute bruiser when it comes to the Bidens. A heavyweight champion when it comes to smashing the Bidens. He did so quite effectively this weekend on Fox in a 10-minute segment that is an absolute barn burner. Check it out.
Look, I think that was embarrassing. You both were on the floor when this all happened. You know, this is one of those things that shouldn't we all agree on just basic facts? The Russia collusion story was a lie. Adam Schiff was the chairman of the Intelligence Committee at the time. He knew better. He knew that there was no evidence to support it, and yet he went on all these TV shows and said that Trump colluded with Russia. Now he's censored, and they're saying shame at you and at Kevin McCarthy and celebrating this move for Adam Schiff. Your reaction, Byron Donalds?
Look, my reaction is that the Democrats will always do this. They will close ranks around their person no matter what is going on, until that person actually ends up in jail. Because for them, admitting that they were wrong unravels their entire narrative, especially on this piece of Russia collusion, because this has been the platform for their politics since 2016. And as this continues to unravel, it's demonstrating to the American people that they have continuously lied about where our country is, the status of our institutions, and it reveals really who they are and what they're about. Well,
it also reveals that they're not taking any of this seriously. I mean, they're lying to the American people still up to this day. I think they should be voted out on that. That was an embarrassing display.
Yes, and Byron and I, we were both on the floor. We witnessed it firsthand, and it was obscene, and they were yelling shame. But what was shameful is that they are supporting a guy who betrayed his oath of office. Adam Schiff betrayed his oath. He lied to the American people. He leaked classified information off the Intel Committee. We had to kick him off the Intel Committee. Then we had to censure him. And they are cheerleading this guy. And yet at the same time, in the same breath, in the same sentence, they are trying to sentence Donald Trump for having documents he did not leak to jail for life. They want him to give him a death sentence for just having documents. And so it's hypocritical, it's idiotic, and that is what's so shameful. And Byron and I are trying to let the American people know the truth. There are investigations ongoing right now. We want the American people to make the decision about 2024, because this is why 24 is so important to our country right now.
Well, that's what I want to ask you, because I want to get into some of the truth that we know about the Hunter Biden and the Biden family influence peddling. But what about this Trump indictment? Is this going to stop him, do you think? What do you think?
No, it's not going to stop him. I mean, look, President Trump is going to run hard. He's going to run to become the next president of the United States. And at the end of the day, we already know what's happened here. The only reason this has become a criminal probe is because the White House counsel allowed the Department of Justice to expand this to become a criminal probe. And it wasn't necessary. Every president has a 5-year period under the Presidential Records Act to review what's in their possession and negotiate with NARA. I'm sorry a bureaucrat at NARA wasn't happy about the process, but the president is afforded that time window to go through all of his documents.
NARA, the National Archives.
Yeah, and I will tell you, too, I represent a very moderate purple district. We have a lot of independents in our district. And what this has done is shown people that the executive branch has been weaponized, that there is corruption at the highest levels of government, and that Donald Trump is going to fight to show the truth. And he's working very hard to do that. But also it's up to us. We've got investigations going on an oversight committee to show the American people how hypocritical, how complicit the mainstream media are in covering all of this up, and the double standard. Hillary Clinton was given a free hall pass, and what she did was horrible. She actually obstructed justice, used hammers, and that program bleach bit to wipe out the server in a bathroom. And yet she's given this hall pass to do whatever the heck she wants to do because her last name's Clinton.
Well, it's going on again, though. The people who abused power for the Russia collusion story are in power once again, and they're ignoring this damning WhatsApp message. Let's talk about the Hunter Biden investigation that you all are doing. And Hunter Biden writes to a Chinese executive, I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. I'm sitting here waiting for the call with my father. What are you going to do with this?
We are going to run this all the way to the ground. I'm going to tell you my belief. I'm speaking for myself. This is public corruption to a T. This is a pay-for-play scandal to a T. And this is a cover-up now at the Department of Justice, and I also believe at the White House. You mean to tell me there are investigations at the IRS and with the Department of Justice that are being tamped down by the political brass, and the White House doesn't know, Joe Biden doesn't know, the White House counsel doesn't know, the chief of staff doesn't know? That is a lie. They all know. This is a cover-up. Richard Nixon never did anything to the scale of what's happening in front of us right now. And this is because the Biden family was getting millions and millions of dollars. They concealed it from the American people. They weren't paying taxes on this money. Was Joe Biden paying his fair share? No, he was not. At the same time, he's gaslighting the American people. This is a travesty for our country. And everything they accuse President Trump of, Joe Biden and the Democrats have been doing.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you have to ask the question, and I just did, to Chairman Jim Jordan, is impeachment on the table? If this is all true, look what you just said about all of this bad behavior, potential criminality. Are you moving to impeach this president?
Well, this could be. We have to do our own investigation. We have to be better than the left, better than Democrats when they impeached Trump twice. We have to be better than that. We have to have an investigation. We have to have all the evidence, the dots connected, has to go through committee, through judiciary.
I'm seeing evidence. What more evidence do you want?
We have to connect the dots for Congress to be able to do that. So there's a process to go through judiciary, and we need to do that. We just referred impeachment charges to committees last week. But what we want to show, and this is why it's so important, and my message to DOJ and FBI today and this morning, is that if you are not going to do your job and investigate this, we will do your job for you on the Oversight Committee. Now, the WhatsApp message we just saw yesterday, the White House spokesperson refused to answer the question about that message and walked off stage during a White House press briefing. They are unwilling, and when the president is asked about this, he lies about it. And what we have to do, we have to show between the 1023 form, the messages and texts, the Hunter Biden laptop, show how all this money is connected. We have to show the bank records. And what they bragged about in the FBI documents is that the Ukrainians, is that they made it so complex and complicated, it would take us 10 years to figure it out. We don't have that kind of time. We got like 10 months. We have to do the work. We've got to work fast, and we're doing that on the Oversight Committee.
How are you going to do it? You keep getting stonewalled.
Well, now we're in the process of, we're going to get bank records, continue to go down that path. I believe that when you can connect those dots on money flows, which we've already seen with Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, any other members of the Biden family, once you have all that in your possession, there are the grounds. The last piece is this obstruction that has gone on with the White House and the Department of Justice. Because if those are high crimes and misdemeanors, I think we actually have a two-tier track for impeachment with Merrick Garland and with Joe Biden.
Well,